lot of people who's very vocal about this album, vocal about Drake's career, where he's at. I think we should talk about all of it. I think 2022 is a very interesting year because this is one of those years I believe music will probably pivot to somewhere and something else. In the last 2 years, I believe that gangsta music really has they've been doing their thing in terms of they've been dominating. But all them niggas locked up. Let's keep it real. Only Dirk really free. Okay, everybody else locked up, got killed. Let's be honest, right? The latest, even though I don't know if you would categorize like Young Thug and Gunna making like gangsta music, but I think we're realizing most of the people who rap in gangsta shit, if they're big enough, most of them is getting out of here. Let's keep it on it, right? So we're gonna start realizing that there's gonna be new popular music, and it's gonna sound different than what we've heard the last 2 years. I think this is also where Drake is having a moment of reflection as well. Reportedly signed a $600 million deal. I would imagine it's for at least another 5 albums. He's 35. And also at I wouldn't call it fork in the road, but if we had a conversation about Drake and if he peaked, just like and I always parallel Drake to LeBron, I think most people would say LeBron's peak is 2016. Like, you just goated that year, right? Now, to be honest, 2020 LeBron wasn't bad. I think he won a championship that year too, right? But he was better before, right? So I think constantly the conversation with Drake is he over the hill? Is he still trying to reach a different plateau? And oftentimes, and by the way, if I'm hitting these basketball analogies, good. I'm killing it, if you ask me. And oftentimes, when sometimes people think it's over, sometimes you get a Steph Curry moment where I think people would have said, well, I think all the sports writers were like, yo, Curry would never win without KD. Nigga, he violated niggas this season and won without KD, right? So when was Curry's peak? You know what I mean? You could argue it to be many different times, right? Leads us to this album. Surprise drop. If you ask me, I'm going to give a little context to it. Drake, who just signed a big contract, drops in a surprise album. Now, I know y'all just want to be like, yo, Ak, is it good or bad, okay? But we do have to analyze these things because, again, I really think Drake is about the bag, number one. But also, I think Drake isn't like a Kendrick or a J. Cole. I've already told y'all, I believe both of them niggas, they blew their chance, okay? Those two niggas are what you would call honorable losers, okay? They're good with the silver and bronze trophy, okay? Drake only came for the first place. And by the way, I'm not saying to down those guys or their fan base, but let's be honest, they never seemed like they were competing. Like, in hindsight, there was a time niggas used to compare Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James. 10 years later, or 15 years, you realize how stupid that sounded. And that's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. When I talk about Drake and them other two niggas, it's like there was a time where I'm like, oh, it's a neck and neck race. It's not no neck and neck race. It's Drake and the other niggas, okay? That's it. But still, that conversation continues with some people because we're going to get into sales. This album, honestly, Nevermind, is projected to be selling in like around 235,000 units, right? Somebody help me off the top of my head, or because I can't think of it off the top of my head, so somebody help me. Dark Lane Demos, what did that do? By the way, we do know that Certified Lover Boy did 650. I believe Dark Lane Demo might have did like 250 or something around that area. Right? Before Dark Lane Demo, we had some EPs, Scary Hours, and some other shit. Or after Dark Lane Demo, we had some other shit. But before then, it felt like the last release was probably, and tell me if I'm wrong, Scorpion. And Scorpion did 750. By the way, I am the numbers guy. I will not shy away from having also qualitative discussion about what Drake's rumored numbers will be for this project. What does it mean? And what should we expect going forward? Okay? Now, I got to make sure the chat's with me. We got a lot to talk about. Some people saying flopped. By the way, interesting. Let me pull this up real quick. I feel like this was an interesting, and by the way, I don't think he hates Drake or nothing like that. I think, but I think a lot of people think this too, right? So, Ugly God said, this is after I post. I said, I ain't gonna lie, this is what I posted on Twitter. Drake's album, no, never mind. No, wait. Why do you use this one? Okay. All right. I think he meant the mixtape one. So, like, I posted this tweet before. I said, yo, by the way, let's be real. Honestly, Nevermind is a Drake mixtape. He's only calling it an album because of the new deal he got where it counts as one. It's in the realm of Dark Lane demos. If you're reading this is too late. More Life. It's experimental and literally no rollout. Okay? By the way, I know some of y'all might be like, yo, that's just dick riding or you're trying to like give it an excuse. Let me just say this because, by the way, he also, Ugly God said this in the comments. He said, Ak, how you gonna name every excuse that even you don't be trying to hear from people other than this actually my favorite Drake piece? Okay, so he kind of said, I'm making excuses for him, but he say like Drake anyway. Anyway. Now, by the way, we're going to judge the project as it is, whether it's good or bad. The reason why I say this is a mixtape is because of the rollout. Drake notoriously, if he doesn't do a rollout, is primarily a mixtape. We've seen this before. If you're reading this is too late, popped up at midnight. More Life pretty much popped up at midnight. Okay? Dark Lane demos popped up like the day before or some shit like that. Okay? Essentially all those albums or again, we could just call them projects. We look at as fans as mixtapes. They were in between filler projects. Doesn't mean they weren't still good. If you ask me, a top 3 Drake album is going to be If You're Reading This Too Late. Or top 3 Drake project is If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Top 3, 4 at the max. Okay? I think we'd all say Take Care. I'd go Nothing Was the Same. Truthfully, I'd put Scorpion number 3 because I really grown to love Scorpion. Right? But If You're Reading This Too Late, if you put at number 3, I'm not mad. By the way, also, If You're Reading This Is Too Late is probably one of his classics. Drake got at least 3 classics. Let's be honest. And if you were going to name the 3 classics, I would say you would name If You're Reading This Too Late. Now, granted, it's still a mixtape. Somebody throw so far going in. I'm not doing that. Am I wilding? Okay. Oh, by the way, people said turn the YouTube on. Thank you. We're live on all the platforms now. Do you guys get what I mean though? Take Care and Scorpion, the only classic. Nothing. I'm gonna be honest. Drake's favorite album himself. He told me it's like Nothing Was the Same. He feels that was more. I don't know if he likes it more than Take Care, but he definitely believes like that's the second best album, if not Take Care. Some people say I'm wilding. Somebody said Drake got 6 classes. I don't think he got 6.